Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from MVMT Pilates and welcome to day 3 of our Pilates for Kids classes. So today we are going to start in standing, and I'm using my larger of the soft balls that I use. It's got a little bit more air in it. If you haven't got one of these, grab a cuddly toy, soft toy, or if you haven't got anything at all to hand, don't worry, we can do it all without anything. Alright, so in standing, I've got my feet together, and then we want to take the toes out into our first position, or V shape. Hands, and then take the heels out so the feet are nice and strong there on the mat. Good. Grow a little bit taller. Imagine you're a tree and you're growing taller. Lovely. Let's see if we can just have a nice shrug up of the shoulders, bring them up to the ears, and then let it all go. Good. Let the arms feel heavy down by your sides. So our knees, so instead of having them really braced like that, really strong, I'm just going to relax them a little bit, just a little bit, okay? And we want that knee position when we're in standing. So if you think about that being all braced and tight there, try and relax it. Relax the knees a little bit as well. All right, so let's stand tall but with relaxed knees. Good. So going to just start by passing the ball around our hips. So just keeping the arms nice and heavy by my sides, and I'm just going to start to pass the ball around my middle. Okay, so if you're passing a cuddly toy around your middle, keep going, doesn't matter what you're using. Good. And we want to try and keep really tall still and still. So can you keep this bit of your body, everything here, still except for the arms, which are moving the ball round? So it's not hula hooping. We're not going to start moving the bottom, moving the hips. Arms are heavy, so they feel like they're really being dragged down. Good, towards the floor. And let's change it other way around. Good. And you can make the circles small, or you can make them a little bit bigger. Okay, good. Let's start to pass the ball around our head. So I'm going to pass it around here. So imagine you've got the sun and the planets orbiting around each other. Good. Let's go around the other way. A little bit of movement going there. Trying to keep body super still. Just passing the ball around. Good. Wonderful. Take the ball down by your side. Okay, so the feet, let's take them a little bit further apart. So I'm just going to take the toes out again and the heels out, so they're a little bit wider apart. Remember, the knees are a little bit soft there. Good. And I'm just going to let the arm that's got the ball in my hand here feel a little bit heavy. Feel like I'm going down towards the floor with that hand. Feeling nice and heavy. And then come back up tall for me. Good. I'm going to do 6 more this side. So let it feel heavy. Come back up. Let it feel heavy. Come back up. Good. Let's do a few more. Let it feel heavy. Come back up. So the ball's staying close to my leg. Good. Let's do a couple more. And come back up. One more. Well done. And come back up. Good. Let's pass the ball around to the other side. And let's work this side now. So let the ball feel heavy. Let the arm feel like it's being dragged down towards the floor. And then come back up. Good. Let it feel heavy. Slide it down and come back up. So I'm facing forwards. Good. Let's do 3 more of these. Come back up tall. Let it feel heavy. Good. Come back up tall. And 1 more for me. Let it feel heavy and come back up tall. Lovely. All right, so I'm going to pop the ball to the side for the moment. And I'm going to bring my feet together again. And then into the V shape. Take the heels out. All right, so from here we're going to try and stand on tiptoes. I'm going to try and keep the body super tall, really tall, and feel like I'm growing even taller by coming up onto my tiptoes. Good. Now slowly, softly, gently, can I come down and crouch down? Good. Can I then start to come up tall again and up onto the tiptoes? Good. Nice and tall, softly down and crouching back down again. Good. We've got 2 more of these to do. Let's see if we can grow super tall. Come up tall, come down, crouch down. Well done. 1 more. We're going to have to squeeze the bottom a little bit to help lift us up onto our toes. Good. And come back down super small again. And back up. Well done. All right. So do you remember our tightrope from the first class we did? So we're going to try and get into our tightrope position again. So walking a tightrope, one foot on the line or imaginary tightrope, and then see if you can put the other foot in front of it. And if that feels a bit too wobbly, just take the foot off to the side. So one foot in front of the other if you can, otherwise have a little gap between the feet if it feels too wobbly. All right, so in our tightrope position, still feel super tall. You're gonna have to squeeze the bottom a little bit to help everything feel like it can stay still and a little less wobbly. Drop the arms so they feel heavy by your sides. And then can we bring both arms up so they're facing forwards in front of us? Good. We're going to try and open one arm to the side and back to the middle. Other arm open up to the side and back to the middle. Let's do one more each side. And you can look over your shoulder at the same time. Back to the middle. One more. Might be a bit wobbly. Hold on there if you can. And bring the arms down and have a little jig jog on the spot. All right. Loosen everything up, ready to go with the other side. So we had one foot behind, one foot in front. We're going to change over the order. So the other foot's behind, other foot in front. If you can, one foot in front of the other, but remember you can stand with feet side by side if it's too wobbly. So feel super tall, little squeeze at the bottom to help you feel really still and tall. We bring the arms up so they're in front of us. And then when you're ready and you feel like you can, open up one arm, look behind you, bring it back to the middle. Stay tall for me, well done. Open up the other arm, look behind you, bring it back to the middle. Let's try one more each side. Open up the arm, look behind, bring it to the middle. Last one this side. Open up behind you, bring it back to the middle without falling over, hopefully. Well done. Bring the arms down and have a little jog on the spot. Walk through those feet. Good. Okay, we are going to just try a little bit of one-legged balance now because that was so good. I think we can move on to a little bit of one-legged stuff. Certainly standing on one leg. So, my left leg. I'm going to stand on my left leg and I'm going to take the other leg behind me. Okay. So this foot is flat on the floor, the one in front. The one behind, I'm on my toes. Can you see that? And my leg's straight. Front leg, let's bend it a little bit. Okay, nice bend there. And all my weight, I'm standing really strong on this leg at the front. This leg is light, very little going on here. It's just all the weight is on this front leg. Okay, I'm going to float my arms up so I've got a bit of balance here with my arms. Okay, and I'm just looking straight down at the floor. You can push your bottom out a little bit, just a little bit, and then let's lift this back leg off the ground. Let's lift it up. Well done. Good. Can you take your arms out to the side like you're an aeroplane? Well done. Can you hold that? Well done. If it's too much, just pop that foot back on the ground and see if you can then take off again. Should we have a couple more of those? Let's see if we can take the toes down. Lift off again. Let the toes come down, lift off, one more. Let the toes come down and then lift off. Bring them down, bring it in. Well done. Good, we're going to change sides and we're going to stand on the other leg. So this time I'm standing on my other leg. Okay, flat on the floor and a little bend in that knee. Take the other leg behind you and you're on the toes on that back foot. Okay. Have a look at my position first. I'm going to stick my bottom out a little bit and I'm going to bring my arms up so that I've got a little bit of balance here from my arms. When you're ready, see if you can keep all your weight on this front leg and take off, bringing that leg off the ground. Take your arms out to the side to help with the balance, and we've got an aeroplane. Good. Can we hold that for a second or two? Well done. Can we hold it? A little bit of flying going on here. And then if it feels like you can, we're going to touch down with the toes and take off again. We're going to touch down and take off. Keep your weight on this front leg for me. Bent knee at the front. Well done. Let's do two more of these. Woo, wobbly plane. One more. Well done. Last one. Well done. Bring that foot back in, come up to standing on 2 feet for me and have a little walk on the spot. Brilliant. We are going to come down into sitting. We're going to sit on our bottoms and we're going to do something fun on the floor with some leg exercises, okay? So, let's sit on our bottoms. We want our legs straight, long legs here, and feet, let's just have a look. So that would be a pointed foot, and I want a flat foot. So that's pointed, and we want flat. So the toes pointing straight up to the sky. Okay, so see if you can get your feet flat for me. Legs long, and then take your hands behind you so they can hold you there a little bit for balance, and sit up super tall. So that would be me all relaxed and slouched. We want to sit up tall. So think not slouched, but nice and tall here. All right, so we're going to do some counting as we lift the legs. So remember, flat feet, nice and tall, sitting up here. So I'm going to lift one leg and count to 5. So I'm just going to lift it off the mat just a little bit and count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently pop it back down. Keep the feet flat for me. We'll try this leg. It's just a little lift, it's not a lot. So I'm going to lift it off the mat, keep the flat foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. So that was counting backwards. Let's now count forwards. It's just to 5 again. So let's lift the leg off the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently pop the leg back down. Other one, lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gently down. So you guys probably know lots of different languages. You might be learning them at school, you might talk them natively, you might have all sorts of languages that you can count in. So let's try another language, and if you know one that I'm not doing, then count along with us. Okay, so we're going to count to 5 again. I'm going to count in French. Okay, we're going to lift the leg off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down. I'm going to count in French again with this leg. Lift and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently back down. Okay, any other languages we know? So maybe you're learning Spanish. I don't know, any languages at all. Let's do one more. I'm going to count in Spanish. Lift the leg off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it back down. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back down. Well done. Cross your legs. Woo! They've worked hard. And let's come and lie on our backs. We're going to use the little balls. So the little one that's not got much air in. If you haven't got one of these, just do the exercise without anything at all. You don't need one of these. But if you have got it and you want to try it, make sure it's not got much air in it. And if it's got a little stopper, see that white bit there? You don't want that against your body because it might just poke in a little bit. So just make sure that's not against you. All right, if you've got your little towel or your cushion, pop it at the end of the mat so that you can lie your head on it. Okay, so I'm going to sit here, got my feet with a little gap in between them. I'm going to pop this little ball, if you're using it, right against my bottom there, so it's stuck. Can you see that? So right against your bottom. And then slowly, without falling over, let's try and lie down here. Okay, so we're going to lie down with the little squidgy ball there, if you've got it. If not, just lie on the floor. Feet have got a little gap between them, and they're flat on the floor, and my arms are heavy by my sides. All right, going to do some balancing work. So first of all, let's think about our tummies. Let's think about when we breathe in, our tummy gets big, and when we breathe out, our tummy gets smaller. And what we want to do is to stay nice and relaxed, breathing, making the tummy get bigger, the tummy gets smaller. But see if you can push onto the ball a little bit. Keep pushing onto the ball or pushing into the floor or mat. So can you push down onto the ball, but keep that breathing going. Okay, so you want to feel like you're heavy on the ball. Okay, that will help us balance if you can feel like you're pushing onto the ball a little bit. Okay, so let's try some balancing. Let's try and lift some arms first. So I'm going to try and keep everything here nice and still and just lift one arm. Take the fingers up to the sky and bring it back down without wobbling. Good. Let's try the other hand. Lift it up to the sky, pop it down. Well done. If that went well, let's try some legs. So I'm going to bring one leg up and then take it back down. And I'm trying not to let the ball wobble too much underneath. I'm pushing onto the ball, trying to keep everything nice and still. Let's try and lift the other leg up and pop it down. Good. Couple more of these with the legs. They felt harder than it did with the arms, trying to keep the ball still so I don't wobble around too much. And then the other one. Well done. So should we try both arms? Okay, a little bit more wobbly maybe. And back down. Should we try one arm and one leg? So I'm going to lift this leg and this arm. Off we go. Here we go. Trying not to wobble too much. And back down. Let's try the other arm, other leg. Well done. Are you managing to keep really still? Are you managing to still push down into the ball? Should we try both legs? And one leg down, then the other. Okay, let's try one leg at a time. One leg up, other leg up. One leg down, other leg down. Should we try arms and legs? Maybe. Let's see how it goes. One leg up, other leg up. One arm up. Oh, this could be wobbly. Other arm up, hold it if you can. One arm down, 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 and down. And relax. I'm going to take the ball out. Well done, that was great. Pop the ball to the side. And from here, let's come into an all fours position. Okay, I'm going to pop that away and we're going to come into our all fours position. Okay, so this is the start of our downward dog positioning. Okay, so we start in all fours. Well done. I'm going to tuck the toes under so the toes are on the floor, just the toes, okay? And from here, I'm going to sit the bottom back, walk the hands towards the knees, okay, bring them a bit closer to the knees, and stretch the legs. So I'm looking at my knees, stretching through the legs. Should we come back down? So bring the knees back down and walk the arms back out. Okay, should you try one of those again? So I'm going to walk the hands towards the knees. Okay, and then I'm going to straighten my legs and look at my knees. Good. And come back down again, bring the knees onto the floor, walk the hands out, and we are back into our all fours position. Well done. And then we'll just do one more of these before we come up into standing, or to take us into standing. So I'm going to walk the hands towards the knees, stretch the legs, walk the hands even closer to the toes, to the feet, and then we're going to let ourselves come up to standing, tall as a tree, nice and slowly. And there we are. All right. So in standing, let's just take the toes out, take the heels out, and we're ready for our beans game. So the beans game, I call out a type of bean, and then you have to get yourselves into that position super fast. Okay, so these are the beans, you've got to remember them. So we have a sunbeam. I know it's not quite a bean, but it's as close as I could get it. Sunbeam, okay, that's the sunbeam. We've then got a running bean, running on the spot, really quietly and softly with the feet, running on the spot. And you can go slow, you can go fast, but you can be a running bean. All right, we've got jumping beans. Think about jumping, jump around a bit, but softly and quietly with the feet. So that's our jumping bean. So we've got sunbeam, running bean, jumping bean, and the last one of all, baked bean, my favourite. On the floor, that's our baked bean. Okay, have you got them? You remember them? Are we ready? So we'll call it out. We've got to get into position super fast. Let's go. Sunbeam, baked bean, running bean. Gonna go soft and slow, we're going to go super fast. Sunbeam, jumping bean. Well done. Baked bean. Oh my goodness. Back into a baked bean. Baked bean again. Oh, stay the same. Sunbeam. And jumping bean. Gonna jump around a little bit. Baked bean. Sunbeam. Running bean. And walk it. And finish. Oh, well done. Hope you enjoyed that. So, let's finish with some nice quiet stretches before the end. All right, so well done today. We're going to come into our stretches to finish up. So I'll show you side on what we're going to do. Start at one end of your floor, off your mat, and take a big step back. All right, and I've got my front toes are facing forwards. The leg at the back, the toes are facing away from me. They're facing away, okay? So I get a little L shape here with my feet. Can you see that? So the front leg, the toes face forwards. Back leg, the toes face out. So we're going to do some stretches to finish off. So let's start at one end of the floor. Okay. And then I'm going to take a giant step forwards. Huge step forwards. Okay. And I want to be able to keep my back foot on the floor. So your front toes are facing forwards. Can you see that there? Back foot, just turn it so that the toes are facing away from you. Okay, I get a little L shape here, a little L going on here with my feet. Okay, and then I want to take all my weight forwards. I want to drive forward, so I bend this front leg. There you go. So it's a big forwards movement. Take your arms out for me as well. And then take your arms above your head. That's a huge stretch, really well done. Bring your arms down and see if you can open up. So if your right leg is behind, your right arm is behind and you're looking over your right shoulder. If it's your left leg behind, your left arm is behind and you're looking over your left shoulder. All right, hold it there and then tip your arm down. One arm tips down, one arm tips up to the sky and we look up to the sky. Well done. Tip the arms back as you come upright. Well done. We got that. And then come up into standing. All right. Should we try the other way round? Okay. So start at one end of the floor. Take a giant step forwards. Front toes facing forwards. See that there? Back foot. See if you can face the toes away from you. So you get this little L shape here. All right. We take all the weight forwards. We bend that front leg. Take all the weight forwards and then bring your arms up. You're looking ahead. Stretch your arms above your head. Well done. Bring them back and then see if you can take your arm and open up here, looking over your shoulder. Okay. Good. Hold that there and then let one arm get heavy. Tip it down towards your foot. Other arm comes up to the sky. Bring it back to the middle and come into standing. Well done. So we're back in our standing position. Feet have got a little gap between them. Remember our knees just a little soft so they're not totally straight and rigid here. They're just a little bit of a bend in them. Okay, but we feel tall. Feel super tall after all of that and really strong. Good. So let's have a nice deep breath in and shrug our shoulders up. Let it go. A nice deep breath in with a shrug. Let it go. One more deep breath in with a shrug. Let it go. Guys, give yourselves a big clap for doing so well today. That was fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it and I look forward to seeing you for day 4. Take care. Bye-bye.